You want. All right, what's up, y'all? Been a while since I've been doing a live stream, but I wanted to jump on this thing and just get some talk off my chest. 2026. Um, I have uh, I have had a lot of epiphanies. I had a lot of understandings as a 57-year-old. I have a lot of um, there are epiphanies, but there's something like epiphanies, but what they are is just a calm understanding, a more generic understanding about relationships, a more generic understanding about why things don't work. Um, so I'm gonna break it down like this. A lot of people are under the impression that you're out and about in public, you see somebody that you like, you you exchange numbers, and you meet the you you meet the person, you form a relationship with the person, and then there's a term that they like to use, and they say the honeymoon's over with, right? And so you got to ask yourself, what when a honeymoon is over with, why that term? Why that term? The honeymoon is over with. This is what I get to see, and what individuals come to me, and I see that the unfortunates of a lot of people that I help in my business, a lot of people that I help, they should have only had a honeymoon with the little you know a clause in there that the second the honeymoon is over with, is the marriage. Because I am meeting a lot of people, I'm seeing a lot of people that didn't have, there was nothing. There was never a marriage. There was never nothing. It was an infatuation about something that pretty much was waiting for the bottom to fall out. It was nothing there. Nothing ever there. It just wasn't nothing. And it takes me back to a video that I seen. I seen this woman, she did a video, and she said, I got married for 75 days. I seen enough. I seen all that I needed to see in 75 days. This is what this modern woman said. And this is why what I'm talking about here today, you guys, you do not, under circumstances zero, want to end. Listen, if you want marriage, you only can do it with a traditional woman. You cannot marry a modern woman. You just can't. It's not possible. So I seen a video, and this woman said, I got a divorce. She didn't say this is the modern woman. She didn't say I got an annulment. She wanted to go through the words of I got a divorce. She wanted to say divorce. She was a modern woman, and she did not want to say I was married for 75 days and it just wasn't, I just got an annulment. That is just saying you got married, he peekabooed you, he woohoo, he tricked you, whatever. Nope. This modern woman said, I got a divorce after just 75 days of marriage. Under the context, I seen all that I needed to see. Now, I know people that was married 35 years as a 57-year-old. I know people that was married 35 years. They still is getting to know their wife. But according to this modern woman, I'm going to need a moment. According to this modern woman, let me do the head, modern woman. But according to this modern woman, she's seen everything in 75 days and said again, no, I got a divorce. Not an annulment, Modern women simply get into relationships today to collect trash on men. Modern women get into relationships today simply to say, we're going to get together. I don't know. I'm going to wake up one day and the birds is not. I'm going to wake up one day and only 2 birds going to be chirping outside my window. And because of that, I'm not happy and I want a divorce. That's modern women. So with that being said, allow me to say this. Appreciate those that's following me and everything, man. Appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely appreciate that. Think about this. Think about it this way. I'll hit you out with a metaphor. I'm such a metaphor whore. I'm a metaphor whore. You're not going to buy a Suburban and tell myself I get good gas mileage with the Suburban. It's not going to happen. People, I got an electric car. I got a Nissan Leaf. I got 7 cars. One of them is a Nissan Leaf. That thing gets 100. If it was gas equivalent, it's getting like 140 miles to the gallon. If it was the equivalent to gas. My office is next door to a daycare. I get to watch women pull up. I watch the woman. I get to watch. I catch her a couple of times a week. She's pulling up in like a 1998, 1999 Suburban, with a tow hitch on the back, and she got to climb up in this thing. She's probably 4'10", 4'11" in a Suburban. Now, let us do a quick rundown of the variables. I like big cars. Okay. I like sitting up high. That's the one you hear more than anything. I just like sitting up high. Okay. So let's be clear. Okay. I live in the outer city limits. There's 2 dynamics of your life. You either live here or you have to travel at least an hour to go to the city limits. Either way, a Suburban is not sufficient. If you got to travel an hour every day with a vehicle to get like 9 to 10, maybe 11, 12, maybe 13 at the most, 13 miles to the gallon, not good. Let's go the other way with it. If you live and work in town, why do you need that? Why do you need that? That is the equivalent to all you individuals that want a wife, you want a family, you still wired into those old traditional ways. This is the equivalent for you guys that want a wife. A modern woman is not it. Not it. Not it. Don't do it. I'm gonna give y'all some understandings of what I'm talking about. Give y'all some understandings of what I'm talking about. I hurt myself last month. Almost detached 3 of my fingers. I'm still got to get the stitches out and all that. I'm still going through it with that, right? What I didn't do was this by design. I didn't tell nobody. I just told people I stabbed my hand with a screwdriver. But I did a video about it saying what happened. Everybody else, yo, Solo, I'm sorry about what happened. Yo, blah, 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 blah. But people that I know, nothing, because they don't know me. But it happened January 10th. Now, I want y'all to check the play here. So I periodically talk to 2 females on the phone that I've known over 10 years that want to get with your boy. Freeze. Unfreeze. And crack myself up. And I can tell one of them, I said, you know, my hand still hurt because she still thinks that I just stabbed myself with a screwdriver. So I say, you know, it happened on my left hand. When I close the door, sometimes I can't bring it all the way. I have to bring it up close and then reach over with my left hand and close the car door. Oh, you see? And I get a slew of, you need to go to the doctor. You need to get a falsoblogram. Oh, you need to get a falsoblogram. What the fuck? Now she's a doctor, right? She's a modern woman, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, modern women don't know how to be nurturing. They don't. Because this woman watched me go through the nonsense that I went through with my child's mom and never said one word. Wrote books about it. Never asked me about my book. Spoke to people about it. Never said nothing. But when I tell her I hurt my hand, she's now a doctor. She's now telling me, oh, Solo, you know, you need to do this and you need to do that. I'm worried about that. You should go back to the doctors and this and all that. I'm saying to myself, right. No, everything is on schedule with my hand. They're like, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Everything is on schedule. I just didn't tell her. But again, so the perspective in what I'm saying is this, if you peeped it. Personal things that hurt you deeply, they don't know how to be nurturing. They don't have any compassion towards that. They don't. They don't. They have nothing. Modern women have absolutely no compassion for nothing. If you want a modern woman to be compassionate about one of your pains, you just ordered yourself a big fat donut. It's not happening. In the world of happenings, that ain't it. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. But you could say something, oh, I messed around and hit my toe on my basing of my fireplace. Oh, is it okay? Did it bleed? Oh, did you have shoes on? They want to get the intricacies because that's nothing. Remember, for those that follow me, I did a video. Modern women, they only care about things 4, 5, and 9. All right, out of 10 things, they'll only care about 4, 5, and 9, right? But 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, and 10, they want something to do with it. But 4, 5, and 9 is mediocre shit. Oh, I got caught out in the rain. I got caught out in the rain and I left the wipers, my glasses wipers in the house and I couldn't see. Oh, you can't leave your glasses wipers. Oh, you about to make sure you take your glasses wipers with you. But then you could say something where, you know, I broke my leg. I can't even move. Nothing. I noticed it. This twice times now. Last year when I was on my motorcycle, I don't know if y'all remember, it was the morning dew. I gassed it up. I went to turn and the bike was about to slip. I put my foot out and I was just holding the bike up in a turn and my sneakers was going whoa because I was sliding with my foot down, and my knee swelled up like a damn watermelon, right? Right? My knee swelled up like a watermelon. Nothing. No compassion, no nothing. I had to wait 3 days to drive myself to the hospital to bend my knee because I couldn't even get in the car. I had to order food at the house, this and all that. Nothing. I got no nurturing narratives from this woman. None. But I could tell her, the number 5 button fell off my remote. Oh, you can order a number 5 button on Amazon. What do you think happened to it? It's a whole fucking slew. It's a whole story. But something that really hurt you and care, modern women ain't built on it. Not happening. Not happening. Not happening. How do you know? You. How do you know when you got yourself a modern woman? Anybody? How do you know? How do you know when you got a modern woman? How do you know? You know how you can tell when you got a modern woman? Simply tell her your pains. That's all. Hate. Let me tell you something about a modern woman. Modern women hate men. They tolerate them. So you can deal with a modern woman, and you can deal with a modern woman, and you could say something like, my wife modern, but she ain't like that. I'm not arguing with you. You you got to you got to deal with that nonsense. I'm not even arguing with you. So I'm gonna say this: modern women, their default setting is to hate men. This is why, listen, they can gain weight. They don't hate that. Studies, all these studies that's coming up about women, they don't care nothing about these studies. All these studies that's showing that they bottoming out. Damn, you boy, you shit. They don't care about none of that. The only thing they care about is all things interaction with men, right? So these individuals will sit there and they'll say, um, my wife is modern, but she's not like that. I'm talking about the men that deal with these individuals. But they all pull from the same curriculum of nonsense. Nonsense. 4X is in here. He says, I'm laughing at something else. What's going on, man? You went back to my old school joint. You talking about that Section 8 sauce. Yeah, I ain't forget about that. Yeah, I ain't forget about that. But what's going on, man? So these individuals, they deal with men. They'll never submit. This is another simplification of a modern woman. Everything involved in men, they redefined it. It's redefined. Marriage is now submission. Taking care of your man is now being his slave. Motorcycles are still called motorcycles. Scooters are called scooters. Bikes are called bikes. Four-wheelers are called four-wheelers. They don't, although three-wheelers are called three-wheelers. They don't make them no more. Everything still has the same. What's going on, Chaos? I see you. Everything still has the same name throughout the beginning of time. I'm 57 years old. I've seen everything that changed remain the same, except a man's actions. The modern woman has redefined what a man means. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. It is. It's crazy. It's crazy. I was talking to same sad individual. Said my uncle said that I need to find me a man. Blah 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 blah. And she says to me, "I'm not submitting to no man." So I was like telling my uncle, it is just amazing to listen to these people talk. Everything, and I mean everything that revolves around a man, for some reason, is now enemyified. That's a new word. This is a new word I just made up. We're gonna go with that. Yeah. It's called enemyified. Yeah, that's a new word. And it is just amazing to listen to all these things. I watched the video where this woman's like, modern women, they will enemy up a situation in a minute. And I'm gonna tell you right quick how do you deal with these women. But I watched the video where this woman was cooking and whatever, and the husband came home and he was like, "You didn't make me nothing to eat. You should have got something to eat on your way home." He was like, "You was here all day. You couldn't make me nothing to eat. I had to do this. I had to do that." Right? People. Let me tell y'all something. I'll tell y'all something. At 57 years old, I look back on my life and I say to myself, I'm glad everything went the way it went. I'm glad. Yeah, thanks, man. My man Chaos said it looked like you lost a lot of weight. Yup. I think the last time I did a live stream, I was probably 235. I'm now So yeah, I listen. Before I came on, I had an arugula, spinach, and carrot smoothie. I stopped eating meat. I don't eat meat no more at all. Stopped. Not happening. I'm not eating meat. Just not. When I had my accident, I really kicked it in overdrive. But I appreciate that, man. Um, what I was about to say. Yeah. So, um, the perspective and narrative of of these individuals, and again, how they make the man the enemy. I'm gonna tell you guys how you. Excuse me. Got 10 more minutes. I'm gonna tell you guys how you how you. I'm gonna tell you how I do it. So, all right, I'm in a position to do it. So, again, I'm 57 years old. I lived a good life. Um, 5 streams of income, 7 cars, beautiful home, $754 mortgage. And I was glad that I dodged a bullet because I've watched all these phases come in. First, it was we don't need a man. Then it became, first it was we independent or whatever. I'm going to just name the phases, not in particular order. How about that? We don't need a man. No. First, men ain't, we don't need a man. I'm independent. I'm a boss chick. The Me Too movement, the feminist movement. Put them in any order you want. But those movements came in. And as those movements came in, women, the stupidity level amongst women was just going like skyrocketing, right? Just skyrocketing, like, God damn, you know? And for those that, I'm not a street dude. So I was always wanting a wife. I always wanting a family. My dad, the way my dad taught, a legacy, leave legacy, be that dude. That's what I'm about. So I was never about the games. So when I stepped to women, there was a purity about me, right? No game at all. But I noticed that these women, it was like, you can deal with me. You just need to come in the game zone. And I'm like, no, I'm not coming in the game zone. They was like, come in the game zone. My butt. Come on, you want this butt. I'm like, I want the butt, but I don't want to come in the game zone to get it. They was like, come on, pop my butt. I pop my butt. I don't care if you pop your butt, but I'm not coming in that zone, right? Not happening. You know how that thing goes 30 years later. So now 30 years later, I'm sitting back looking at these individuals and let me show y'all something. Do I got it in my bloody pocket? Do I got it in my pocket? This is a certified slip, right? This is a certified slip. I just sent this in the mail yesterday. Right? I sent that to Tampa, Florida. Right? Sent that to Tampa, Florida. Can't see it. Tampa, Florida. Anyway, sent this to Tampa, Florida. What is that I sent to Tampa, Florida? What is that I sent to Tampa, Florida? That is the bill for my hand. $4,837. $4,837 that the military, I called the military and they said, Sergeant, how you doing, Sergeant? You got the bill? I do. I got the bill from Centera. Okay. Please stand by, sir. Came back on the phone. Sir, you actually reported that outside of our 72-day window, so you do not send that here. If you grab a pen, I can tell you where to send it. I wrote down the address and sent the bill to the military. That's my life at 57. A person that retired at 39. Good life. Had I been married, I would have caught one of the movements. I would have got a divorce behind one of the movements. This is what I'm getting at. I would have got a divorce behind one of the movements. One of the movements, I would have got a divorce. I'm not reckless. I have electricity on in this house. Yeah, lights are on, right? Yeah. This house runs off solar. I haven't had an electric bill in over 3 years. This August will be 4 years. I haven't had an electric bill. Nothing. I'm not on the grid at all. Not on the grid. I'm not a. Yeah, but I sell back to the grid. No, I don't have no electricity from the grid coming to this house. Not happening. I'm getting water tanks where I'm going to start getting water. I'm going to have a filter at the tank and a filter at each sink in this house. I am going to get I am going to get those water plants where I'm gonna start growing food. By the end of this year, I want to be growing at least 30% of my food. Had I had a woman that would have sat there along with me, I ain't trying to do that because it took a while for me to build up my system, my solar system. I don't have the panels on the roof. I didn't go through the city. I have my panels along the garage facing south. All right. So east to west, panels facing south. I'm always getting hit with some light. All right. And I can only imagine when I first came up with these ideas, had I had a woman, the some days when I never didn't have it, but there were some days when or well, I switched it now, but I can say this. So I had an electric water heater and of course an electric dryer. Those two items use very high doses of electricity. So let's just say I had a wife. She was taking a shower. And then I messed around and put clothes in the dryer. It would have tripped my solar generator. It would have tripped it, like tripping a fuse. So what I did was, over the years, I converted everything to gas. So I have a gas dryer, gas water heater. My range is still electric. I don't use it because it's 240. And the only thing that I use off of 240 is to charge my car. And that's it. But other than that, we good, right? What I'm saying is before I would have converted, before I would have got a chance, because I slow built my system, before I would have got a chance to convert, me and the wife would have got into it. Because women don't like, they want everything now. They don't see the end result. They're not built for that. They just can't. They can't see beyond the moment. Impossible. But now I sit back and they're saying here in Virginia, oh, I looked at a video. This woman said, something happened. My electric bill doubled. And I was like, yeah, because they're building on a lot of these AI bot plants. These AI bot plants are like three blocks long with nothing but computers in them that uses water, and they drain a lot of electricity. And so the citizens of the state is feeling it, and our electric is going up. But I had to watch the video because I don't know anything about it. The 2 times that we had a power outage, my neighbor said, hey Solo, hey, listen, your lights are not out? No, my lights are not out, Slick. No. But when I was building a system, there was some times that I ran into and I got to do that. Like as I was building a system, I had to run into the walls of, oh, that's a problem. Oh, ooh, damn. Oh, that's a problem. So, let me buy that. Oh, damn. Ooh, damn. It's gonna be. Ooh, we looking at. Let's say, rainy all week. The solar panels that I had, nothing. I'm nothing. So I switched out them solar panels and got bifacial solar panels. Bifacial solar panels, hell, you can hold a lighter next to it. It's going to start pulling wattage. So I had to learn all this stuff. I had a 2,000 watt generator, right? So 2,000 watt generator, my system was pulling 1,800 watts. But I didn't know it was a 2,000 watt generator, but it was only 1,600 running watts. So my Opus Omega 5 I couldn't charge up with the 2,000 watt generator. These things you run into. Hey, it says 2,000 watts. Then you look at it fine print. No, 1,600 running watts, but 2,000 watt surge. Oh, damn. A woman is, what are you going to do now, stupid? Not happening. But my point is, like Fact said, women only learn patience when they are raised in a house led by a father. Very well said. Very well said. That it's funny you say that too. I know a woman that claimed she was queen of the We Don't Need a Man Club and had a father in her life. And I'm scratching my head trying to add that up. I mean, talking about all the nerdmatics in the world, I can't come up with a solution. I can't come up with the proper math equation to add that up. Like, you had a father in your life. In addition to that, your father died, and your father, luckily, when your birth mother died, married a traditional woman, not a modern woman, because had Her father died. He came down with cancer. Had he would have had a modern woman, the second your dad had cancer, she would have bailed for the hills. I have 3 friends of mine, 3 people I know, died of an illness. One of them had a modern woman. 2 of them had traditional woman. Both of them that had traditional woman, their wife bailed on them. Bailed on them. Traditional women are absolute garbage. You better know when you got one. You better know. If you don't know nothing else, you better know when you got a traditional woman. You better know. You better know. They're all the same. I'm going to end it with this. I'm going to end it with this. If you look back, if you're old enough, anyway, if you look back and do an inventory on what I said we had multiple movements: feminist, Me Too, feminist movement wave 1s, 2, and 3. I think they're on the 3rd wave of the feminist movement. The I'm not happy, the baddie, the boss chick. We had various movements of women. Where's all the men? Where's our movements? Why didn't we have a movement? We have no movements. We have none. Is that a coincidence? Because I'm going to tell you this. Individuals that want to ignore the perspective and the curriculum that women of today is on, the modern woman, you're going to be one of them individuals that, like a lot of my clients, and remember, y'all, you guys need help. Bankruptcies, child support, custody, deed changes, divorces, 732-875-9111. You simply text $50 consultation. I'm ready when you're ready. And my secretary will set you up with a consultation. But we have no nothing. We are still, men today are running on the same curriculum as we always did. Women aren't. They're not. They're not. So don't be like, I got a client that is 58 years old, got a 4-year-old child, and crying about how he want his wife back. He want his family. He want his family back. He misses family. I say, my man, she's 46. You're 58. She's cashing you out. He makes $50,000 a year. They got a kid together. She had 2 kids. I said, my man, you got to read the room. She's cashing you out. There's still enough time to cash you out. Listen, if I was to date a young woman and I turned 60 and she turned 38, I'm 22 years older than her, I expect her to cash me out. I would. I expect to come home. I expect to come home and be a jiggy nigga standing there with her like, who is this? I've been getting dick from him from the last year and a half. What? You're my wife! And, you do that fist pounding shit when you're old. You're my wife! But she casting you out, slick. She casting you out. Hey, listen. If this was fair, I'm gonna end it with this. I'm gonna end it with this. I mean, I appreciate y'all for being here. I'm gonna be back here tonight, 8 o'clock tonight. I'm gonna pull a Schwarzenegger and I'll be back. But let's just say this was the family feud, and they said, let's play the family feud. Give me Shaquita, give me Tanya. Let's go. All right. We surveyed 100 women. Top 3 answers on the board. Name something a woman do when her man is 22 years older than her. Yes, Shaquita. Cash his ass out. Oh, you better believe it. Cash him out. Boy, you better know it. Hey, listen, man, I had fun, but I'm done, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later, y'all.